I'm Rick,
I'm Linda.
and we just got back from Panama. It was very hot the whole time. The best thing that happened to me while I was there, as far as the heat, was that I sweated so much that I didn't have to get up at night and go to the bathroom and fight my way out of the mosquito net. So I made it through every night while I was there without getting up until morning.
Because I'd been there the year before, I was very anxious to get there again. And I just wanted to cry because I couldn't wait to see the people again. And Jaime was there waiting for us.
Amigos, me llamo Jaime Dixon. Nosotros de aquí vivíamos sin agua.
Good morning, friend.
Después de
My name
eso,
is
vino
Jaime Dixon.
Señor
We, the
David
people from here,
Joel.
lived without water.
Yo empecé
David
a
and
trabajar
Joellen
con
came
ellos.
here. And through their generosity, they came and started a health clinic and installed water tanks for many in the community. They came and gave scholarships for the students to
A través
study.
de esos,
They have continued to help the community by bringing different groups like doctors. Our friends from the United States have continued and shared many things with us, and for that, we are very grateful.
Ante muchos problemas para tomar agua, muchos problemas, y yo hacer trabajo con mi esposo, un pozo, y nosotros tomaba eso. Y no era bueno que nosotros tomara porque había vaca, gallina, puerco, orinaba y venía lluvia, corría en el pozo y no era bueno. Entonces nosotros hablamos con Joellen que si podía darnos tanque y dio ahora bien ahora.
Muy buenos días. Doy gracias a Dios.
Good afternoon to everyone. Before we lived very poor and we did not have anything. Thanks to them, they came and now we have our own water. They continued with the clinic, with medicine, and with the lessons that they gave to the children. I like this a lot. Thank you for the water tank and the clean, healthy water that we are now drinking. Because before this, there were many diseases from the water and many children suffered from fevers. Before we drank dirty water, even water that smelled bad. So I give thanks to them. And
I felt like I was respected there, and that they thought I had something to say. And they were paying attention. They're paying close attention to the times when I shared with them, and they're very excited about our visit there, and they're very excited to hear more and learn. I felt like I was personally doing what I was supposed to be doing in my whole life. Sponsoring the children to go to university, go to advance their education a little bit.
Here's a photo of your sponsor, Mr. Wayne Lovett. He really liked the letter that you wrote him, and especially the part about him losing his wife. Este foto es para usted. He cares very much for you.
Él cuida mucho por ti.
And do you have a message for Wayne?
Por estar ustedes aquí apoyándonos, a mi familia, a mis hermanas y a mí, poder seguir estudiando, porque sin ustedes no sé si yo puedo llegar hasta donde que estoy ahorita. Pecho, no sé cómo agradecerle.
He don't know how to give you guys thanks in what way, you know.
Okay, so this is how he can thank us.
Yeah.
All right. To keep working hard.
Es la manera que tú puedes agradecerle a ellos, es seguir trabajando y estudiando duro. Okay.
Like you have been.
Like he has
Como lo estás haciendo.
Sí.
Staying away from girls.
Apártate un poco de las muchachas, de las chicas.
Until the right time.
Hasta el momento de vida.
Sí.
All right. Because we're very proud of him.
Porque ellos están muy orgullosos de lo que estás haciendo.
Joellen looks at him as a son.
Y Joanna te estima como un hijo.
He's such a good boy.
I had 3 occasions when I made kites. And because I have made a kite before, I took some garbage bags and I would just have the boys go get a couple sticks, and I had some fishing line and some duct tape, and we made kites. And you know, the funny thing was, not one of those kites flew because there wasn't enough wind. But the neat thing was not that they didn't fly. You know, I mean, it didn't matter if they flew. The kids loved to sit down. We just did it right on the cement or on a piece of dirt, and we made these kites, and they liked doing it, the action of actually building it. And they didn't know what it was even at first until it started taking shape and taping the things on, and they all got to hold it down and put the tape on, and then they wrote their names on it.
When we went over to the elementary school, we went into their classrooms. Looking at one of the chalkboards, you could see right through the chalkboard to the outside. It was so rotted, but they still used the part of the chalkboard that they could use. Their desks that they sat in were just like a one-person desk, and they had the wooden top on it, and you could lift the top off. And
just to clarify, those tables weren't meant to be able to come off. They just fell off.
No,
they were have for their desktops. So hopefully, you know, next time we go down, we can bring some desktops with us.
2 teachers that live on site in their little cabin as big as a closet, and you know, they're offering us fruit. One of the teachers sat on a busted up old stool. That was her chair for her desk, you know, and it was so sad to me.
My name is Belkis Quiros, and I am the teacher of the Valle Grande School. In this community, there are approximately 110 inhabitants. Our principal problem always has been water. Water is our vital resource, and we don't have enough of it. In 8 years working in this community, I've gotten to know the organizations that have made our quality of life better, bringing reserved tanks of water, helping us in our small communities that have been forgotten by government organizations and institutions. So 2 years ago, they brought the tanks. We have a tank here now. In previous years, other members of the community have benefited, not just the school, but in various homes they've installed reserve tanks. Our communities feel totally grateful with this benefit, so we are able to improve, like I said earlier, our quality of life and have water, bringing us from a cruel past to a better quality of life. The students have many difficulties to be able to continue studying. We don't have books, we don't have chalkboards, we don't even have enough chairs to be able to teach our class the way it should be. Many of these communities have been forgotten. We aren't able to get enough of the most important resource, the fountain of life, which is water. In past years, when these organizations did not exist, members of our community died from many illnesses, skin infections, amoebas, and many other parasites. So thanks to all of you, your collaboration, the love in your heart, and your support has brought a drop of hope, of happiness to our lives. If I could define the word of gratitude we have toward all of you, I would say that you are our hope. The hope reflected in the love in each one of your actions. We thank you with all our hearts. Thank you.
The water tanks, the clean water that's going, you know, when those kids are healthy, that comes from drinking clean water, they can go so much farther. Some of the people actually die. Things that happen from not having clean water. And
I had one miscarriage from working hard. When I had these children, there were no neighbors or family around to help take care of the children. I would wake up and look for water. With 2 big buckets in my bag, I would haul water for me to cook. Because there was not a well close by, I had to go really far and wash in the creek. It was hard on my belly, and I lost the baby in a miscarriage. We had to go to the creek far, far into the jungle and look for water.
But now we have no problem. Now I thank God because we have water nearby. We have 3 wells now, very close, provided by these brothers who have come from far away from the U.S. to help with these water projects for this place. Before, when we drank water, there was not good water. It was dirty water, and we got sick. Now we have clear water, and now my family is not getting sick. So it's very important to have the catchment tanks and the wells that if there's any way that you can support by providing a water tank, more wells, that sort of thing, that's all a good thing too. And you could designate it specifically for those areas, but anything you can do is going to be very good for the people of Panama, and also an opportunity to share. The joy that came to them when we arrived was a blessing. Everybody was glad to see us, and it was very good.
It's pretty unbelievable just how happy these people are. I've never really seen anyone really upset. They've always had smiles on their faces, and it's just for what they have, like the shacks that they live in, the food source that they have. I would say to someone who might want to come down here is do it. It's a huge blessing, and it's a huge eye-opening to truly see what real poverty looks like. I can definitely say that I've changed, and there's probably some things I'm gonna change when I get back home. I know for one is like these guys literally have pretty much nothing, and I have way too much of everything. Another highlight would probably be me being a balloon artist that I'm not. It didn't matter whether it was a weird sombrero or a cat, which wasn't a cat, or a dog or whatever. Just I would blow up a balloon tight for the kids, and whether it be just a snake or if it would just be some random thing that I tied, they'd always just laugh and giggle and play with it until it popped, and I'd blow them up a new one. And just to see the happiness over a simple balloon, it's like the highlight of their day. You go out and you spend from like 9 to about 5-ish working, whether it be, what all did we do? We laid down cement, we put in wells, we dug wells, we played with kids. Oh yeah, and there was internet. Yay, internet! No.
I'm Evan. I have been on the trip 2 times now, last year and this year, mostly giving my time and my labor. We want to train them and have them invest time, and in trade for the time that they invest, we can give them a tank or part of a water system. That way we're not just giving it out. They have to invest something, and then they would feel more responsibility because they've put their time into getting it. The people I've connected with are, you know, they know some English. Those are the people I was able to connect with because we were able to, you know, really communicate and share some of our lives with each other. You know, you start to learn how to communicate without words, you know, and, you know, realizing that you can work with people and you can work together towards a common goal even though you can't speak. What we are doing and have done, I could only imagine that, you know, they have less health problems because they have cleaner water sources.
It's life-changing, absolutely life-changing.
You will see things you can't see here. I can tell you that.